very, very much, Rotarian Austin. Next, we shall have the loyal toast. And the loyal toast will be led by the president. So if you have a glass, please charge it. If not, place your right hand over your heart. To His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. To the President. Next part is the 4A test, and this will be led by Rotarian Mark Ndungu. Dr. Mark, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's all say the 4A test. Of the things we say, or of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you very, very much, Dr. Mark. Thank you for making time to join this meeting this evening. We hope to invite you one day to tell us about life in the front line. So we shall move to announcements. And for the announcements, the first announcement is from the club admin docket. Next month, from the 18th to the 21st of March 2021, we shall be heading to Queen Elizabeth National Park. So this is a national park that is somewhere in northwest Uganda, where the Victoria Nile gets into Lake Albert or Lake George, one of those two, and comes out as the Albertine Nile. Yeah, so it's a twin trip. We shall be with the Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan, and the point of this trip is to continue growing the bonds that we have with this club. I mean, there are members who've known this club since they were Rotaractors. They've known each other for years. They came to Kenya in plenty last year in November, and we would like to show the same by going to visit them. So the cost of the trip at the Uganda side is 18,000 Kenya shillings. And this caters for 3 days and 2 nights, the drive, everything. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyone who has gone to Uganda knows that these guys know how to party. And we shall be sharing the logistics from Nairobi. So the 18,000 is from Kampala. We have options of flight, return flight, one-way flight, return bus, and also bus. And this we shall be sharing at the end of this meeting. The next announcement that we have is from the Youth Service desk. And for this, I shall ask President Innocent to give this announcement. President Innocent.
Thank you very much, President Malaki. So the announcement regards the upcoming DCA. This will be our very first DCA as a Rotaract Club, and we're hoping to send as many people as possible. As such, we're hoping to gain support from our mother club. So far, we've gotten 4 pledges from the members. We hope to get many more so that our members can enjoy the DCA experience that we always hear about. So we hope to get more pledges. Hopefully in good time to prep our members for this up and coming Nyanyuki Rumba Festival. So thank you very much, President Malaki.
Thank you very much, President Innocent. Members, those who want to support this cause, please feel free to reach out to me. You don't have to be a member to support the cause. Even if you're a guest, DCA stands for District Conference, something. Yeah, but the district conference, and this will be for the Rotaractors. There's one for Rotary as well. And as you know, the history of our club is we've always sponsored at least 2 Rotaractors. And later on, we say it will sponsor 50% of the cost. So we hope that we will be able to raise enough to, at the moment, we can sponsor, I think, about 4 with 50%. And if we can get the number higher, it will even be better. So keep your pledges coming. Reach out to me, reach out to Dr. Mark, reach out to President Innocent, and we can tell you how to direct the funds. Thank you. Now, tomorrow is a special day in Rotary. It's going to be an anniversary of Rotary. It's going to be 116 years of Rotary Foundation. So, you know, the foundation has done quite a lot. Our club has had the pleasure of working on one foundation funded project, that was a Kirkau project. And at the moment, we are working on another project, and this is the Maktaba project. It will be funded, partially funded 40% by the foundation. So it's a great milestone for the foundation, and you know, we hope that our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren also be able to benefit from the Rotary Foundation as we have. Thank you. Okay, so we shall move to the speaker, and for this we shall ask our very able treasurer, Rotarian Keshi, to introduce the guest speaker. Rotarian Keshi.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, fellow Rotarians, Retractors, and guests. Our speaker today is Bonnie Mbithi. Bonnie is a business leader with a demonstrated history in working in the IT, NGO, services industry, and e-waste recycling. Bonnie is a circular economy expert, skilled in IT, international law, business law, strategic management, and operations management. He is a global youth leader, an alumnus of Code International Institute, St. Francis Xavier Antigonish, Nova Scotia, Canada. He was recently awarded Top 35 Under 35 in Kenya, as announced by the President of Kenya during the 2020 International Youth Day. Bonnie serves as the Group CEO of Computers for Kenya, for Schools Kenya, that is CFSK, an organization that has distributed over 450,000 computers to over 10,000 learning institutions in Kenya. He also serves as the CEO of We Center, a leading e-waste recycling company in Africa with presence in over 15 countries, and is a winner of the SME of the Year in Leadership and Management 2019 in Kenya. Rotarian Bonnie serves as the New Generations Director at RC Syokimau and is involved in several global projects to support marginalized communities in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Rotarian Bonnie. Rotarian Bonnie, karibu.
Asante. Good evening.
Good evening.
I must say I'm happy to be speaking to you this evening. It's usually not easy to speak to Rotarians because you never know who you're speaking to. You might be speaking to your next boss or somebody who knows more than you know in whatever topic you want to talk about. But anyway, I'll be talking to you about e-waste. I'm trying to pull my PowerPoint. I'll talk to you about e-waste and circular economy. Yes, this one, found it. Okay, so I hope you can be able to see my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I'll take you quickly through circular economy and e-waste management, and then hopefully we'll have time for questions and interaction, because I want us to at least get to interact around this, because e-waste is a new area in Kenya and also in Africa. And it's something that is killing most people without even knowing, because everybody generates electronic waste. We all have huge appetite for IT equipment and electronics, but we don't have the same appetite on how to safely ensure they're disposed. So I'll start with just a few definitions on what circular economy is. And circular economy basically is the opposite of linear economy. Linear economy is whereby we just buy equipment, use, and throw away. Yeah. But with circular economy, you have to apply all these things that you can see on the screen. Yeah. The outside circle, you have where you see refuse, reuse, reduce, recycle. That's how we need to use materials when we are applying circular economy. So you have products that are traded in closed loop. And then from when you design the equipment, they are designed to be durable so they can last longer. When it comes to production and transformation, you have those equipment also very well manufactured and produced to be durable. When it comes to even transportation, consumption, collection, all the way to recycling them. And then once you recycle them, you get raw materials that go back to the ecosystem. So this is how it looks. You find circular economy is in all sectors. Yeah. So whether you're in logistics, whether you're in production, consumption, if you're in manufacturing, you have to think circular. Whatever it is you're dealing with, ensure that it's durable. The moment you stop using it, you're able to refurbish, reuse, and then again, ensure you take proper care of the waste that comes out of it. And then e-waste. Now, e-waste, of course, is anything that is electrical and electronic that has either been overtaken by technology or has become obsolete. So this is all your old mobile phones, fridges, anything that uses battery or electricity. So we have all these things in our offices and even in our homes and in schools. So e-waste is the fastest growing stream of waste in the world, especially now that everybody wants to use IT and we have to be online. And currently, globally, we are generating around 53.6 million tons of electronic waste. So this is huge. And you can see from my screen, by 2030, we'll be doing 74.7. And these projections were before COVID. So as a result of COVID, it is estimated that this will grow faster because now people have bought more IT equipment. And you can see this is equivalent to 7,390 Eiffel Towers. Yeah, whether you arrange them horizontally or vertically, that's the waste that we are producing globally. And we know how this tower is tall. So this is quite a global concern. And then why do we need to manage this waste, or why is it also growing very fast? It's because, of course, of urbanization. Cities are growing. We have a lot of technology, industrialization. We have all these industries that are growing. And of course, people have higher income than we had a few years back. So as a result of that, and of course, what I've said, the appetite for IT equipment or the need, now there's a lot of e-waste that is being generated. And that's why we have to ensure that we are taking care of that e-waste. And then it's also unfortunate that the equipment that is being built has a very short life cycle. So you find now, if it's a mobile phone, I remember a long time ago, you'd use a phone for a long time before it becomes obsolete. But nowadays, people have all manner of phones. Yeah, others don't last longer, and it's just not phones, but any other IT equipment. And then we don't know how to properly take care of that. So that's why we have to also be considerate about the environment and ensure that we are taking care of that. And then some few facts here to show you how serious this is. So in Europe, an average 72 electrical and electronic devices are in each home, and 11 of those are broken. Yeah. So even in ourselves here, just look at your house, you'll realize that you have a few broken electronics or electrical devices, whether they are kettles, toasters, fridges. You have, maybe you can count, maybe there might even be more than the average in Europe, which is 11. You might have even 20 that are just there and you cannot use. So it's really a big concern, and people just waste a lot of space. And you can see by 2030, we'll be doing 82 kg of e-waste per person. Yeah. Then how are we currently disposing of this e-waste? So most people would just pile them in their houses and store them for quite some time, or give them to informal sector who just buy. And when people buy, there are some that just remove whatever it is they can use, and then the rest is dumped. So when you go to most of these informal settlements, you find there's a lot of trade of electronic waste. Then the rest, if they cannot trade it, it's just thrown to Nairobi River and other places. Others even bury, those electronics, things like batteries. Others just find ways of disposing them. And then when you put such things in the dustbin, I think there's some sort of guilt. Like if you just throw a old hard drive inside your dustbin, you just feel this is not where this thing belongs. Yeah. So people don't know how to handle their e-waste. And then another fact here, there's this place in Ghana that they found the eggs from the hens there were 220 times more contaminated than what is permitted in Europe. So this is just Ghana, but it's the same situation in Kenya. So if we took samples of eggs in most of the places, you find they are very contaminated. And this is just eggs. So you find the moment we throw electronic waste carelessly and they end up in like the river, for example, Nairobi River, they contaminate the water. They have heavy metals, very many heavy metals, especially, in fact, 69 of the metals in the periodic table that we used to do in chemistry in all these electronics. So the moment they're thrown there, they contaminate the water becomes toxic. Then downstream, you find healthy vegetables that are planted there that will feed us in Nairobi. And also, if you eat meat, if a cow drinks that water, it will still absorb that water. It will go to the body of the cow. So if you eat beef, you still absorb those heavy metals. And that's why we have very many high cancer cases in Kenya. And doctors will tell you, or people have done research, the highest cancer cases are in Nairobi province, central, eastern, and coast. And this is because how we are disposing of electronic waste and industrial chemicals, they end up, most of them, at the Nairobi River, which flows all the way to, flows through all those provinces, all the way to the Indian Ocean. Yeah? If these things are just thrown again everywhere, as you walk around, you just see mobile, old motherboards, you find even the air that we breathe is contaminated. This is just a small representation of how some of the metals affect our bodies. But you can imagine if we have 69 of these metals, each of those metals have negative effect on our bodies if we don't take care of them properly. So like mercury, you can see, it will affect our brain. It also affects the nervous system. Cadmium, these are things that are found in mobile phones and in computers. They affect all these organs, even from the heart. Yeah, all these organs are affected by that. Bromine, this is another metal, chlorine, lead. So you find most of our organs are destroyed by these metals. And then most of the complications that you see nowadays, including complications in giving birth or having kids who have various complications, is a result of all these toxics that we're exposing ourselves to. And then this is just to bring you now to Kenya also, in terms of the tonnage we are doing. So we are generating 51.3 thousand tons every year. Yeah, and here this is just a breakdown of what e-waste is, how it is globally classified. So the 51.3 thousand tons comprises of all these things that you see here, and these are the things that we still have in our offices and in our homes. And you can imagine, out of the 51.3, it's only 1% that is properly recycled. So the 99% is out there, either thrown in our rivers, in our soils, it is traded. So the moment your company sells IT equipment to the highest bidder, it is indirectly coming back to you, or the moment you just throw your old IT equipment in the bin. Yeah. So we have to bring these numbers down. So we've been, as a company, we've been doing a lot of awareness just to try and get e-waste coming to us instead of being illegally traded. So who is this WeCenter? So this is us. So WeCenter, we are an electronic waste company. So we ensure that all your e-waste is properly taken care of. And this is not just any or a few fractions, is entire supply chain of anything that is electrical and electronic. And then this is just a representation of our system, or rather our processes. We are full circular, yeah. So we collect e-waste from consumers and producers and generators. So this is everybody. So we collect from corporates, individuals, schools, everyone. Last weekend, we were doing, what do you call it, estate drive in Langata. And I think we'll still be coming back there. We had trucks there, and then collected a lot of e-waste from residents there. And then once it comes to our facility, there is this process that it undergoes where everything is dismantled and they're put into different chemical families. Like batteries, we have equipment to test. Batteries that we find can be reused, we make other batteries from those. And then other things, there's so much reuse and recycling that we do. These are notebooks that are made from treated motherboards and other products that we're able to make. And then CFSK. So CFSK, this is what we've done to date. We've distributed over 550,000 devices, most of them to learning institutions. We've done over 100,000 trainings to educators so that people can also learn and teach using computers. And then now, out of the equipment that we give, or even all the equipment that we give, whatever it is that becomes obsolete or reaches end of life, we take it back now for recycling and safe disposal. We also do the maintenance of the equipment. The reason we do this is to try and extend the lifespan of this equipment. So this is also as a way of promoting circular economy. So that by the time now you're throwing away or you're disposing your IT equipment, you've totally exhausted that equipment. So we have companies that we work with, we refurbish the equipment and then they're donated to schools, and then we provide that maintenance and support. And then when it reaches the end of life, it comes now for disposal. And then we do trainings for the youth, women. We have mobile computer labs. Like these are mobile computer labs in different locations where we train the youth on how to use computers. Then part of this training is also, of course, training people on e-waste management, so that you know, and as much as you feel that this equipment is good, when it reaches end of life, you have also to be equally responsible to take care of that. Yeah. And then we support these SDGs, the ones that have these cafes. So these are the main ones. Like three. This is on issues to do with health and well-being. So by taking care of the e-waste, of course, we're ensuring that people are healthy and we reduce the illnesses that we are faced with. 11 and 12, this is on responsible consumption and production of equipment. So we ensure that equipment are used to the best of their ability. And then 17 is on partnerships. So this is just to show you that in as much as we a company, we have this social aspect. We ensure that we look after the planet, people, and profit. And then our presence in Africa. So we have presence in these countries that are in green. Of course, our headquarters are here in Kenya, and then we have direct operations in Tanzania and Uganda. So these other countries in green, we have partners that we support there, others we have stake that we bought shares in some companies. So with all these countries, we ensure that they also have proper e-waste management facilities. We support the governments there with coming up with proper legislation. So that now we don't have just Kenya moving ahead alone in terms of e-waste management, but we have all the countries moving together. So I just wanted to do that presentation, and then we can have questions, because if I'm asked more questions, I think I'll be able now to bring out maybe more information that I've not shared with the presentation.
Well, thank you very, very much, Rotarian Boni. If you have any question, we'll take questions in twos. So please raise your hand, and then we shall give you the opportunity to ask. Any questions? Maybe as the rest ponder, let's just see if there's anything in the message. Yeah, so if you don't want to ask it, you can also just drop it in the message box, and then we can respond to it. Maybe a question that I would ask is, there's a move across the world towards EVs, electric vehicles. And some countries are saying by 2025, there'll be no more sale of petrol and diesel powered vehicles. So do you think, in terms of e-waste and recycling, do you think does that create a threat to the environment? Is it an opportunity for us to do more? And will there be an instance of dumping of these vehicles once their battery life is low? They'll be sent to Africa because at the moment there's no economical way of recycling lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah, that's a good point. So of course, just like we had issues with computers in Africa, remember there's a time obsolete computers were being dumped here in Africa. So there's a danger the same might happen. So what we need to do is just to ensure that we have proper recycling policies, because of course electric is the way to go. It saves the environment, because we'll be saving the CO2, but also we have to be responsible in how we take care of the e-waste that will come out. For us, we've already started recycling the lithium-ion batteries. We are moving to e-mobility. So soon we've already done a prototype of conversion of motorcycles from mechanical to use electric. So we're able to recycle the lithium-ion batteries, but we have to push the governments to have proper policies for the same.
Okay, thank you. So now the questions I've just started streaming in. So the first one here is, this is from Felix Kariuki, is if I needed to get rid of e-waste, I just call the number, right? That's the first question. And then the second one is, and Tumbithi, my organization, Program for Capacity Development in Africa, would love to support your digital literacy program by offering access to 4,000 online courses at no cost to your organization. That's a great thing, right?
Yeah, I'll start with the first question. So of course, for us, if you want to dispose e-waste, you just call any of those numbers, you'll be guided. If you go to our website, you'll just fill a form, and it will capture your details, your location, what you are disposing. and then we'll organize a pickup. We're also doing those estate drives from one estate to another. We've done a couple of estate drives in Nairobi just to map out US in the homes. We partnered with Safaricom. They have about 49 shops in Kenya. So all those 49 shops have our US collection bins. Carrefour, all the Carrefour outlets have our US collection bins. So if you go to any of those, you can also dispose, or you just call any of those numbers. For the training, I think that is really good. Mr. President, maybe you'll share the contacts, and then we get in touch offline and see how to pursue that.
Sure. That I shall do. Thank you very much, Felix, for giving this to our guest speaker and his organization. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
There's a question from Liz Nyaga.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I think she sent it to you directly.
Oh, she did. She's. I'm seeing her. She's raised her hand. So.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Liz Nyaga, please go ahead.
Boniface, thank you for coming through for us. My question is on the influx of phones and electronic equipment into the country. So my question is, and I mean, knowing what we know about our government organizations, that is of course the KEBS, and then there's also NEMA. How safe are we as citizens who are consuming such equipment?
How
safe are we as citizens consuming such equipment? Because there seems to be an influx of phones. They are refurbished phones, they are refurbished kitchen equipment, and there's also refurbished laptops.
Yeah, so we are safe as long as we will be responsible in how we dispose them off. Because if we have to embrace circular economy, we have to ensure that we also embracing refurbishment. So that equipment it's a way of reducing what is going out to recycling. Yeah. So what we need to do is just to ensure that whatever equipment you're using, whether it is new or whether it is refurbished, when it reaches end of life, you ensure that you take care of it. The other thing that we've been doing, we've been pushing the government to come up with proper laws. Yeah. So since we started, and since we've been the only company that is doing US management for the longest time, we've been working with the government, with NEMA, the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of ICT, to draft proper legislations for all this equipment. One of the things we've been pushing for is ERP, or rather EPR. This is extended producer responsibility. So that responsibility of whatever equipment that you're using goes to the importer or manufacturer or producer. So for example, if it is company X that is making computers, they're the ones, again, responsible to ensure they pay levies to the Kenyan government, for the Kenyan government to ensure they are in partnership with recyclers that are able to take care of that e-waste. So those legislations are coming up. But even before then, we just need to be responsible. Even if the law comes and we are not responsible citizens, you find people will still find ways of going down that law.
Okay, thank you. So for the other questions, we'll just go back to the messages. So this is from Dr. Mark Ndungu. Does your organization handle medical e-waste? Kenya receives many outdated and near end-of-life medical equipment with no maintenance support.
Yes, we do. So we handle, when it comes to medical equipment, we handle the electrical bit of it. So for example, we've handled equipment for GE, for BD. Those are big manufacturers of medical equipment. And even hospitals, we have a lot of hospitals that dispose with us. So if it is the disease testing equipment, we work also with the disease control facility, the government one, somewhere, it's on Thika Road. Yes, so yes, we handle medical equipment.
Okay. Is there any other question? Any other question? So this is from Felix. He's saying the session was and is very insightful. Thank you, Felix.
Emily is asking, do you distribute laptops to schools? Yes, we distribute, especially now during COVID, we partnered with most of the universities to provide laptops to their students and also to provide support to them. So that's a yes, Emily. So if somebody has more questions, I'm in Syokimau Rotary, so you can always find me there. Also, my contacts are with I think many people in your club. President should have. Liz Nyaga has. So in case you need to, but I could also, I'm trying to see how I can type my contacts in case somebody wants to. This is to everyone, yes. So I'll just put it on the chat. So that's my number, my email. So if you have, and then I hope with this talk, the members will also be able to dispose e-waste. So if you have any e-waste that is lying in your homes, you can always reach out. We'll organize on how it will be collected. Also for the companies where you work, I know there are a lot of companies that don't have proper ways of disposing their e-waste. We'll support that. Of course, take you through that process.
Okay, thank you very, very much, Rotarian Boni. For the vote of thanks, I will request Rotarian Bakita, Emily Bakita, to give the vote of thanks. Rotarian Bakita.
Thank you for the ambush. Well, I think
That's a serious one. That's a serious
I
ambush.
know, right?
You're ambushed on these online meetings, you just stay on mute. You pretend your microphone is not working.
Well, lucky for us, Bakita is of high integrity. So she would
It's the
not.
truth.
Yes, amen.
Great.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Boni. This was a much needed discussion and presentation. Yes, we've learned a lot. For me, I didn't even know there was, e-waste manage, e-waste, your company existed, yes, and yeah, and you are doing such amazing job. Thank you so much, and we've learned a lot. Personally, I'll reach out on the basis of distributing laptop to school, and I am very, very delighted to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much, Rotarian Bakita, for that amazing vote of thanks. So for the next part of the meeting, we shall go to the SAA. And for this, I shall request our PE to take our money. So over to you, PE Wilson.
Thank you, President. Good evening, Rotarians and guests. My name is Wilson Kamau. I'm the President-elect, but I'll be acting as your SAA for today. I hope you've all had a restful weekend. So today's essay, I'll make it very simple. I just want to collect your happy dollars, sad dollars. So for guests in the house today, happy dollars, you tell us a moment about your previous week that made you happy, so that we can celebrate together. And for sad dollars, you tell us something that made you sad, and we can empathize with you. So I'll open the floor to happy dollars, sad dollars. Feel free, just raise your hand so I can pick you up so that you can give me your happy dollar or sad dollar. Much appreciated. Takers on number one. I'm sure we're all happy during the week. There's something that made us happy. Anyone? Yes, Kimani, more. Go ahead. Alvin? Alvin, can you hear me? You could also post your happy dollar, sad dollar on the chat. I can read it out for you. Alvin, if you can hear me, you can go ahead and tell us your happy dollar, sad dollar. Emily, you can take the opportunity. I think Alvin, I can't hear Alvin. Emily, go ahead. Malaki, you can hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Emily and Kimani are not talking. They have raised their hands, but they're not talking.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I have two happies. One for the presentation, and another one for today. Yes.
Thank you so much, Emily.
Okay.
Anyone else? Happy dollar, sad dollar? I've seen a message here from Corinne. Corinne, feel free. Please go ahead.
I have one happy dollar for today's presentation, one sad dollar for mental health, and let's keep talking about mental wellness. Yeah, thanks for the presentation.
Thank you so much for participating. Any more happy dollar, sad dollar?
I will do my three happies, Wilson.
Go ahead, Austin.
Of course, the first, many thanks to the guest speaker. It's good to know where we can dispose of some of these electronics. Secondly, to fellowshipping with everyone this Monday. And finally, to, just being alive and healthy, even during this entire hullabaloo called Corona. Asante sana.
Thank you, Austin. Senior dollar, happy from Kaman Namai. Happy dollar to the speaker and great initiative on the e-waste management. Thank you, Kama. Happy dollar, sad dollar. The time is now.
I'll send 5 happies to the number. Of course, I'm happy for the club for giving me this opportunity to talk to you guys about e-waste and circular economy. I'm also happy that, like the rest of us, that we are safe even during COVID. COVID has been difficult, not just for people's health, but also in terms of the social well-being. So if we are happy and we we have good health is also something to be happy about. For those of us who use Mombasa Road, I don't know whether it's a happy dollar or sad dollar. It's coming up very well. So for now, we might be sad with the traffic, but inside somewhere we are happy. We can't wait for the express highway to be finished. So I'll send those 5 happy dollars to the number.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you so much for the talk. We appreciate it so much. And welcome back again. Kimani, are you able to talk? Kimani Mohoro? You addressed your hand earlier. Yes, I just seen your message. So Kimani has 10 happy dollars for us, 1 for the wonderful presentation and 9 for the opportunity to fellowship with us yet again. Thank you so much, Kimani. Thank you so much for the happy dollar. Still the floor is open. Happy dollar, sad dollar. Thank you so much, guys. I hope I've not locked out anyone on the happy dollar, sad dollar. If you still do wish to send, you can still send on the numbers posted on your screen, the pay bill number. Just send directly to that. Just Josiah, I've just seen you enter right now. You pay a fine of 100 shillings. Thank you so much, guys. Over to you, Bona President.
Thank you very, very much, PE. I have 5 happy dollars. Rather have a couple. So my first dollar is today is the first day of the week, and it has been extremely eventful. So that makes me afraid for the rest of the week. But my happy dollars are to a restful weekend, to a great Monday meeting, to the guest speaker for taking your time to educate us. It's been very insightful. Thank you very, very much. To Rotary for celebrating 116 years. And to this club, it's a great club to be a member of. So, and you all make my life easier as president. So thank you very much. So I'd like to close the meeting. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this evening. We are, we're getting ready for a fun-packed march. We have Uganda. We have, Service Projects Committee working on something for us. We're working on inductions. We're working on a club assembly. So it's going to be a packed month. It's going to be an exciting month. So I'm really, really thrilled for it. Watu wamelipwa, let's get ready for Uganda. Where we're going is quite exquisite. The photos will be shared tonight, and I hope to see all of you there. So thank you very, very much. So for the final toast, so if you have a glass, again, charge it. If not, place your right hand over your heart. To the Rotaract Club of UON Afya, to the Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan, to the Rotary Club of Syokimau. This is the Rotary Club of Nairobi Madaraka. I give you Rotary and Rotaract the world over.
Rotary and Rotaract world over.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have an awesome week.